Well, hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 126 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're continuing our discussion about physical goals, physical well-being, and how we go about attaining that. Next week, beginning of the week, actually starting tomorrow, we'll start thinking about what area or aspect of our physical well-being we want to apply the SOAP framework to. It's a framework that we use to make sure that changes and challenges that come up for us are dealt with in the best possible way for us on autopilot automatically. And we do that by repeating over and over again the framework, learning it, applying it, trying it on, and then installing it in our subconscious so that whenever something comes up, we automatically deal with it in the way that's best for us, given all the information and circumstances at the time. So today, we'll start that tomorrow. But today we're talking about and looking at different areas and aspects of our physical well-being. And I just did a little research and created a list of a bunch of different areas. And we're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Why? Because we want to find ways to measure things that maybe aren't that easy to measure. When we want to measure subjective things, we have to apply, and I do this a lot, you probably have noticed by now, I add a scale. I create a rating scale based on how I feel, what I think, and the evidence I can pull together and come up with a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being super duper bad in that area or aspect of our physical well-being. 10 being good, great, awesome, whatever it is for you. You can design the scale however you want. And if you want to use decimal points like I do sometimes, or partial numbers, you can do that. But we probably don't need to do that on a scale of 1 to 10 for these things. So what are we going to do? We're going to look at, and I'm going to list a bunch of different things, and you're going to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where do I immediately feel like I am? So if I say nutrition, as far as our physical well-being, where do you think you fall on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of 1 being you don't eat well, you don't at all, 10 be and get nutrition through what you eat and consume, or even if you take supplements and things. And I think I added supplements I did not, as a category. I'm going to add that because I think it's a good one. Supplements. Okay, so nutrition. 1 would be I don't eat right. I don't pay attention to what I eat at all. 10 would be I know what I eat. I consume things intentionally. I make the best choices for me at any given time, etc. So scale of 1 to 10. We're going to do that for all these different things. And then we're going to get an overall rating from 1 to 10 of where we think we are with respect to our physical well-being and health. So hope that's clear. Each of these, I'm going to read them off, and then you're going to say, okay, between 1 and a 10, where am I? And I think I'm going to actually do this while we do it, since I haven't done it yet. So with respect to nutrition, I would say I'm about a 4. Exercise, 1 through 10, I would say I'm about a 5. Sleep, I would say 6. Hygiene, 7. Hydration, I'm going to say 6, and that varies for me depending on whether I'm following a process that I set up for myself, which I will share when we talk about hydration a while back. Stress management. Now, I got this list off ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, which is the AI that everybody's using these days, to give me a list of areas that we should rate ourselves with respect to our physical well-being. And this is a list it came up with. So would I use all these? No. Like I said, I would add supplements, and I added hydration, I added habits, routines, rituals, and I also added health challenges. How many health challenges have you had throughout your life? And not necessarily the number, but the number, the severity, the length of time that they lasted for you, etc. Some people have had like no health challenges in their life, so they would give themselves a 8, 9, or 10. Me, I've had some big time major health challenges in my life, so I'd probably give myself about a 4 for that, because I'm a little below average in terms of not wanting to have a lot of those. Let's go back to the top list. Stress management. I do a lot of things to manage stress. So I'm going to give myself a 7 on that. Substance abuse. I got to give myself I don't have any substance abuse, so I'm going to give myself like I want to say 10. I'm going to say 9 because I do like sugar and caramels. Environment. My environment right now is super stressful, but overall, I try to maintain my environment at about a 7 or 8 because I'm going to put 7 because I want it to be positive. Medical checkups, I got to give myself about a 1 on that because I do not go in for regular medical checkups. I go once a year for my cardiologist, but that's it. Mental health, I work on that one a lot too. I'm going to say 6. Social interactions. I'm going to give myself about a 3 for that. I mean, I interact with my family and people remotely a lot, but since COVID, and I used to be very social, so to have that be a 3 is not a good thing for me. And then habits, rituals, and routines. I'm gonna give myself a 7 for that because I have really good habits, rituals, and routines. And then I gave myself a 4 for health challenges. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all those numbers, I'm gonna add them up, and I'm gonna divide by supplements. I'm gonna give myself an 8 for because I do a good job at that. I'm gonna divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. So I'm going to add that up, take the sum of that, divide by 14. So I could get, I can't do it right now. I don't have my, I'm talking on my mobile device. And then I'm going to look at what is the highest and what is the lowest. So the lowest number is 1. And the highest number is 8. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So my range is 7. I'm not sure what my average is, but it's probably, let's see, I can maybe do this in my head. No, I'm not even going to try. Anyway, so I'm going to share in the comments below. I will share as soon as I do this and get off this video what my overall number is, because that's how I get my overall numbers, by looking at the little parts. Now, could you just say, what's my gut instinct about what my overall physical health and well-being is? I would probably say about a 6. I'm guessing about a 6 because I think I'm healthier than some people, but I'm having heart surgery or a box replacement on Monday. So really, am I better than the average? I don't know, but that's my gut instinct. And then we'll see what my number comes up with. I'm going to say gut equals 6, and then I'm going to figure it out and I'll share in the comments below. All right. So what are we doing today? Rating our overall physical well-being and health. And we're doing it by breaking it down into different groups and categories, which we'll talk about all of these this month. We'll spend a day talking about each and every one of these because they're that important, and making sure that we're setting goals and objectives that help us to achieve the level of well-being that we want in each of these areas. That's it. Have an awesome day. Share your overall number in the comments below, or if you want, you can share your range. My range is 7. That's a pretty big range on a scale of 1 to 10 for the different areas and aspects of our life. But it also shows me where can I improve pretty quickly and easily. All I got to do is start getting some medical checkups or things like that. And that would improve that number pretty quickly. Social interactions, I could get out and meet more people and volunteer, and maybe I can do some physical activities or join an exercise group or class or a yoga class or something. All right. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.